Hey guys, welcome back to some more Battlefield 6 info and some more Battlefield 6 leaks. Today we're going to talk about the classes we will have or we will very likely see in Battlefield 6, because someone was so nice to compile all of the details and all of the info we have so far about the classes into 4 overviews, so one for each class. And we're going to go through everything and see what we can expect, and we're going to start with the Assault here. That's what all of these overviews look like, and there are 2 characters that have been leaked so far for the Assault class, and each of them is assigned to one of the factions. So we have Ruben Quinter, who is assigned to the Alberon Patrol, which is very likely a sub-faction of the Pax Armada. And then the second character is Wisp, and he only is kind of a placeholder, that's what I'm reading from this here, and he's assigned to one of the NATO sub-factions, and this is the United Kingdom. So this means that we will not see copies of each other in the enemy teams or in both of the factions, which I think is good news already. Then we have the loadouts, so the gadgets and throwables, and also the class gadgets for the classes. So the gadgets, we have the flame round shotgun. The descriptions are sometimes a bit strange, but I'm guessing this is because they were translated from Russian. But a flame round shotgun is an incendiary shotgun, I think. Then we have high explosive, anti-vehicle grenade, blast and smoke grenade launcher, and a breaching projectile launcher. Not sure what this will be, to be honest. And then we have the class gadget, which is the adrenaline injector. And I think this is just the med pen that we also have in 2042 as a class gadget for the Assault class. As throwables, we have the frag grenade, smoke, incendiary, contact grenade, which I think is an impact grenade, then the mini grenade, stun, flash, and a throwing knife. And then for the field specializations, every class has 2 of them so far, or that have been leaked so far. And here for the Assault, we have the field specialization frontline and one that is called commando. And both of these field specializations have 4 levels, and 3 of these levels are basically perks that give you an advantage, but the 4th level is a unique class ability that can be activated by pressing a button. And here, for example, for frontlines, it says Grenadier is level 1, so you can carry more grenades. Then with level 2 you get resistance to explosive damage. Then on level 3 it's reload gadgets faster, and on level 4 you temporarily gain extreme damage resistance against explosives. Then for the commando, the first level is reveal nearby enemy gadgets, negate movement speed penalties while firing, and switch weapons faster. Then for level 2 you can carry additional med pens, and on level 4 you can use an enhanced combat stimulant that can reveal enemies in addition to the usual effects, and kills prolong this duration. And I'm not sure what you think about this, but to me this kind of sounds like a spotting pulse similar to the EMGX scanner that Pike has in 2042. And if you do kills, the duration of this effect will be even longer. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, if I really like this kind of stuff, because I think everyone is happy, or a lot of us are happy, that we got rid of the specialists with the new Battlefield game, and now it seems like, even though we don't actually have specialists, their abilities kind of return with these field specializations. But let's move on to the second class, which are the engineers. And here we have Nicole Dumont and Jazz. So Nicole again belongs to Pax Armada and Jazz to the NATO. And here for the gadgets we have an anti-air launcher, then we have an unguided rocket launcher, so the RPG, then a long-range launcher, and just from the image right here it looks like it's the Javelin. Then we have tripwire sensor and motion sensor. As a class gadget we have the repair tool, basically the same as in Battlefield 2042, and as throwables we have the AT grenade, frag grenade, smoke, and incendiary. And here again we have the 2 field specializations. One is anti-vehicle and another one is mechanic. And for the anti-vehicle, on level 1 you slow down vehicles that you heavily damage, and gain extra rockets and reveal vehicles you damage. So basically what Liz can do in 2042 as well. Then on level 2, you reload your rocket launcher faster. On level 3, vehicles you damage or spot are easier to lock on. And on level 4, you deploy a suicide drone capable of disrupting vehicles upon detonation. Then we have the mechanic field specialization, and here on level 1, you slowly heal up vehicles and vehicle weapons when they got damaged, I assume, and vehicles you occupy take longer to lock onto and automatically spot nearby mines. Then on level 2, vehicle equipment recharges faster. On level 3, the health of vehicles you occupy is not restricted by health brackets. I'm not sure what this means with the health brackets, to be honest. And then on level 4, you enhance the repair tool while on foot and or to instantly heal the vehicle you occupy. Moving on to the support class, we have 2 characters again. One is Pierre Loemba, who is assigned to Pax Armada, and then we have No, so a placeholder again, that is assigned to the NATO. And here for the support class, as a class gadget, we have the supply crate, and then as normal gadgets, we have the defibrillator, which is honestly something I don't really like to see. I don't think for the support class, the defibrillator should be optional. I think it should be mandatory. So I would prefer to see the defibrillator being the class gadget of the support class instead of the supply crate, because it's just, we had this in Battlefield 1 and I thought it always was the worst when you have a medic around you that cannot revive you because they have the wrong gadgets equipped. But anyways, then we have the deployable cover, the grenade interceptor, the tracer dart, which is also kind of a strange gadget for the support, to be honest. I thought this would be more of a recon or engineer gadget. And then we have the supply pouch and the missile interceptor. And here with the supply pouch, there is another weird thing, because you have the supply crate as a class gadget already, which means it is always equipped. So why would you equip the supply pouch in another gadget slot? Why would you want to use the crate and the pouch? So this is kind of strange. And it shows again that the defibrillator should be the class gadget. But for the throwables, we have the frag, smoke, and incendiary grenade. And as field specializations, we have medic and fire support. And here for the medic on level 1, you have faster revive and dragging, and improve supply crate and healing while reviving. Then on level 2, it improves the supply crate's healing, so probably faster or the range is wider. Then on level 3, the defensive gadgets recharge faster and have increased capabilities. And on level 4, you can heal others as if you were a supply crate and revive much faster for a limited time. And this healing others as if you were a supply crate gives this game kinda hero shooter vibes again. I think I've said this before in another video, and it reminds me on Battlefield Heroes actually, because it also had this kind of ability. And then for the fire support, we have resupply ammo faster, transition from prone faster, and aim faster and move while aiming faster when using LMGs. Then on level 2, it increases the radius for teammates to pick up ammo from you. And on level 3, it improves the effects of mounting your weapon. And on level 4, you can drop a crate that instantly resupplies teammates once. And lastly, we have the Scout class or the Recon class, and here we have Beatrice Rice and Aver. So Beatrice is again for the Pax Armada and Aver for the NATO. And for the loadout customization for the gadgets, we have demolition charges, which I think is C4, then the deploy beacon, the recon drone, the laser designator, and the claymore. And the class gadget is the motion sensor. And here again, I honestly think that for the recon class, the class gadget should be the deploy beacon. Because for the recon, I think it always makes more sense if they can do a little bit more team play by using the deploy beacon to get their squad behind behind enemy lines, for example. And then for the throwables, we have the frag grenade, the smoke grenade, incendiary, and the throwable motion sensor. For the field specializations, we have Intel and Pathfinder. And for Intel on level 1, you spot by aiming, eliminate weapon sway, and gain resistance to spotting. Then for level 2, enemies you shoot with bolt action rifles are revealed and heal slower. So it's kinda like the effect that I think Rao has when damaging an enemy, or it's Pike, I can't remember exactly. Then for level 3, enemies you headshot with bolt action rifles cannot be revived. Okay. And on level 4, you call in a mortar support strike where you are aiming. So this is a bit like the reinforcements that we had in Battlefield 5 already, where you could call in an airstrike on a position. And then for the Pathfinder specialization on level 1, you are hidden from motion sensors except while sprinting, disguise enemy death markers on their minimap, and reveal enemies that spot you. Then on level 2, enemies you damage are spotted. So again, the abilities from 2042 are making their way to the next game, apparently, but without the specialists. And on level 3, you move more silently, and on level 4, you can call in a UAV. So, like I said before, I'm not quite sure about these field specializations. Some of them I think are really helpful and really useful, but some of them really bring back a lot from Battlefield 2042, and even some of the abilities, some of the active abilities that the specialists had in 2042, and I'm not quite sure if I'm happy about this, because it feels like we're actually getting specialists or heroes through the back door. But anyways, something that someone else has pointed out over on Reddit that I thought was interesting as well is that visual class identification might return to Battlefield 6, which means that even though each class has its own skins and its own characters, it seems like each of the classes carries a certain gadget on their back that only belongs to this class. So right here for Ruben, for example, on the Assault class, I think he has a hammer on the back. So this could be a good thing to help read the battlefield and to maybe make gunfights more readable, so you know which class you're actually going against. And then lastly, something that I mentioned before that I forgot in yesterday's video about the EA earnings call is that EA's CFO Stuart Canfield was asked about the prices that are jumping up for Microsoft and Nintendo, because they increase the prices for their games up to $80, and according to EA, or to the EA CEO and CFO, they don't plan to raise prices for the games. So we might not have to expect an increase in prices for the new Battlefield game, and they might stick to the $70 price tag for the standard edition that I think we also had for Battlefield 2042 already. And that was it for today. Tell me what you think about this, about the classes and everything, in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm the Catwoman, and you are awesome.